Hi everyone, this is CherryEnchantress, and this is your daily dust for January 22nd, Monday, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. It's also a timeless reading. So I'm using the Akashic Tarot. This is a tarot like no other. If you may know it, may not. If you don't know it, I highly recommend it. It's a different kind of tarot. It's got different suits. It has different cards that represent the major arcana. Similar but not exactly. It's not any clone of any kind to the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's unique all unto itself. So let's get busy with it. It's a really great deck. We're going to do a 3-card collective message. Okay, we have the Oracle of Delphi. Oh, it's a great way to start. And we have the Ark of the Covenant. Ooh, fancy. Those are 2 major arcana cards already, and it's 111. Look. And then we have the 3 of Forces, Bird's Nest. Very sweet, a kind of a sweet nod to springtime. So let's zoom on in and see what we get. The Oracle of Delphi is most closely related to the High Priestess or maybe the Magician, but it's really neither or both. The Pythia or Priestess at Delphi sits upon a high 3-legged seat. Steam gently rises from a small fissure in the ground. Nearby, a robed priest prepares to write upon open scroll. While the Pythia physically receives the perceptions from Apollo, it is the priest who interprets her pronouncements. In this, we see the 2 important keys in psychic experience: perception and interpretation. And much like the way the Bible was written, it was receiving messages, but also an interpretation through, and then also translation over time. So when you receive this card, you're in a time of great insight and psychic power. Even if you don't recognize it yet, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gift in so many past lives. You may get images or feelings without knowing how to interpret them. Take notes as you practice both your psychic perceptions and their interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their interpretation give you a powerful insight and an Akashic vision of the world. So if you, like me when I first started doing this, something that you might like to try if you're also a tarot reader, if you're starting a channel, or if you're just doing it for your own benefit, a daily reading for yourself, I would do the cards, and then I would write down the meanings of each on a paper, and then sometimes it would be auto writing, like just whatever came to me, just notes and ideas and what I wanted to talk about when I talked in the reading. And I would do that before I would make my video. Now I do everything live, and it's right there. You get my interpretation as I'm doing it. But in the past, I used to really sit with the energy a lot first, and then bring you the interpretation after a lot of thought, a lot of meditating on the subject. So of course you can do tarot any way you like to. You can face your intuitive energies and downloads any way you like to. This is a kind of new heightened period in your life. So the Akashic Force is asking you to close your eyes and go within. Feel your psychic energy growing, expanding upward from the very depths of your being. Now notice the first thing that you sense, and then that will lead you maybe to the Ark of the Covenant. So the Ark of the Covenant is showing that the stars are shining on a serene desert night. The there's a fire burning before a number of white tents. Inside of one of the tents, just beyond the open front flaps, rests the Ark of the Covenant. 2 men sit by crackling fire nearby. At the most mundane level, this card can represent a beneficial legal contract or a title transfer. It can also show successfully working with professionals such as brokers and lawyers. Most often, it indicates that you are living true to your own vision, your own karmic contract, facing your lessons of growth, working toward greater discoveries, and bringing your unique contributions to the world. Your karma doesn't rule you, you rule it. I like that because I have a problem with karma in general. Well, I believed in it. Initially, I believed, oh yeah, so bad things happen, so that means I'm atoning for something from a past life. And then I met Ryan Keyes, and he's like, no, you don't have to buy into that. Your past life may have brought over that idea of karma, but your current life, you don't have to see yourself as having to atone to anything. And so then that started getting me thinking, really? Okay. So I like this Akashic idea that we don't have to let the karma rule us, that we can be the ones that rule the karma and see ourselves as being karmically rewarded instead of karmically punished, right? So when the work becomes too great, taking a rest doesn't break with your covenant, it supports it. You understand the phases of time and energy, and you work within those phases. Some of your karmic directives at this time may involve other people. If so, make sure there's no urgency, need, or personal agenda in play. Don't let yourself get pulled into emotional drama. Know that the things that require your attention now reflect a commitment that has a far-reaching influence that may impact your present as well as your future lives. So continue to work toward your highest purpose. To uphold the sacred covenant, you have to touch the world with your light. The Akashic Force message here is to close your eyes. Imagine the Ark of the Covenant opening before you. Within it, you see the contract that contains your highest purpose. What is that purpose? Sense one word and one action you can take today to pursue it. Ooh, that's neat. And then we have the 3 of Forces. So in the regular Rider-Waite, we have 4 elements: water, fire, air, and earth. And in the Akashic Tarot, we have this suit of electricity, forces. This is really unique energy, and I love the Forces suit. And so the 3 of Forces is bird's nest, and you see a strong, sturdy nest cradles a new family of birds as the babies are fed. This card represents the force of creativity and expansion. When you receive this card, it's a signal to focus on starting new things or expanding, or perhaps your business, your network of friends, or indeed your family. There may be some effort involved. The nest has to be built, and you will need to be open to the additions coming your way. Children may be forthcoming, and you may be renovating your home, or perhaps you'll be hiring new employees or opening new business locations. Whatever it is, it will be well worth the effort, for the expansions you will make will bring great joy. Spiritual expansions may be in store as well. It's never too late to widen your network of spiritual family, friends, and guides, and the rewards of this is limitless. So close your eyes and see yourself feathering your nest. What sort of things need to be put in place in order to support the expansion that lies before you? It's so cute when it froze over here in Houston, Texas, and I saw a little birdie bouncing around. I'm like, does that little birdie need food and shelter? And I imagined to myself, how would I build a little nest for it? And I would get a little box and put some twigs and hair. You know, I don't know if you realize this, but birds like human hair, and a lot of times if they see something like that on the ground, they'll use it for their nest. So if you're ever brushing your hair, just drop some hair outside for the birdies. Anyway, so this is what I'm seeing in this reading. Is it's kind of a really great future expansion kind of energy. It's like, what can you do today to expand your business or your world in the future? And also, if it's just a mundane reading, it could be something like this: using your intuition on this day to think of some steps that you need to take as far as building, or like baby steps. You know, what's the first baby step you're going to take today towards your goals of whatever that goal is, the business goal, the love goal, the family goal. It could be something simple as you're renovating your home. So what are you going to do today to start that process? It could be that you are going to, before you paint a wall a different color, maybe you have to base coat it white. So today might be the day that you just put a white base coat up and get ready for an amazing transformation later down the road. But don't forget to keep working on the baby steps, because a lot of times we'll paint a base coat of white and then we just let it stay there and we forget that we have more to do. But we stick with it and you will achieve all of those beautiful goals. So many of them are your physical energies and getting it done, but don't forget that there's this beautiful spiritual energy that's helping you too, and you can see that in the butterflies that are flying around you. And maybe this is also a cue that all of this is going to come around in the springtime, and right now you're kind of at a working towards it energy. And I hope you like that. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.